Bonjour, everyone. So, today is a new episode, and I got the lovely Natalie. How do you say your last name? Yapa?
Yeah,
Yapa here today. She, as I kind of already briefly talked about in the last episode, is a really close friend of mine from Murdoch University. Back in the day, used to do not a degree together, but like
track.
Yeah, like a little thing
To get into uni.
Yeah. So that's how we became friends, and then now we are here today to talk about her and about something pretty interesting. So, just a disclaimer, I had to change microphones because for some reason the other one that I usually use doesn't want to work today. So hopefully this will be doable. And yeah, okay. So,
Okay.
Natalie, introduce yourself.
Well, thank you for having me on your podcast. I'm excited to be here.
No worries.
So my name is Natalie, and I'm basically studying at Murdoch, and I'm on my second year this coming up semester.
Wow, second year.
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
crazy. We started 2020. Both of us started together at Murdoch, and then did on track to get in, as we mentioned. And I switched between degrees quite a bit, so it was like more.
That's right. I remember you like switching through so much, and I was like, oh, okay.
I'm an indecisive. Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
I'm an indecisive bitch, and I'm a Libra, so that's why.
I love
September.
that.
So I switched between degrees. Obviously, went from like science and psychology, arts, all that, and then ended up in business. So business is what I basically studied in school and stuff. So. I was like, I'm just going to stick to that same route.
So you've got experience.
Yeah.
Imagine
and I worked for quite a while.
You did.
We'll get to that. But there's a lot in there. But,
oh, damn. That's so interesting. I'm excited now because I forgot you actually had experience beforehand.
Yeah.
And now that I know that you have, ooh, that's going to be good.
a lot. And we can talk about work.
Definitely.
So, yeah, because work is what you're doing obviously as well now.
Oh,
And,
true. I just came back from there.
yeah. Exhaustion.
100%. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm basically studying a Bachelor of Business, double majoring in Management and Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So that's the full title. It's a mouthful.
It
every
really
time.
is, because I'm doing the same thing, by the way. I'm doing the exact same thing.
At a different university.
But different. I moved to UWA, and she is still in Murdoch. So
yeah, this was when the pandemic was like full on happening. We were like trying to decide which unis to go to. Do you remember that?
oh yeah,
We were like, oh no.
We were like, should we go to uni? I mean, UWA, or should I just No, I wanted to go to Curtin, but then Curtin was like, we don't have the thing that you want, and I'm like, love, okay.
Oh, that.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Natalie.
So that's a bit of me.
Yes, and the thing that we really, really wanted to talk about today was about pink tax. And do you want to explain it? Because you know a lot more about it than I do.
Yeah, so pink tax sucks, straight off. So what pink tax is it's not an actual tax that the government has put forward, but it's what companies have put forward for female products. So it's simply just them putting up a random tax, random figure, because they want a difference between male and female products. So it can literally range from like hygienic stuff, like anything, shampoos, face wash, soaps, like anything that we need as females, like clothes included, everything. Pads, like tampons, all the sanitary products, any hygienic products, like anything you can think of is like a pink tax. Like that's why they use that with packaging and stuff like that as well. So like if you see razors, you see like pink packaging.
Oh yeah, and then there's
That's
like the men's razors. Wow.
Deodorants and shampoo, hand wash, like good for women and good for men, stuff like that. So it's literally
Same with
a tax.
makeup.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that they've done that now? They're like, men's makeup and like normal makeup. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And it's so dumb. It's like, it's a cost for being a woman. That's literally what it is.
Oh my God.
It sucks so much. So
tell me your experience with pink tax then.
yeah, so basically what it is like, so when I was in Sri Lanka, by the way, let me give a brief like overview of where I was originally from. So I was originally born in Sri Lanka and moved here when I was about 13 years old, 12, 13. And I've been in Australia for about 9 years now. So when I first moved here, we moved from Colombo, which is the capital of Sri Lanka, I guess the main city,
Okay.
and not capital, it's main city,
Yeah.
and then moved straight from Colombo to down here to WA into down south, so Donsborough originally, and then so when I was first like here, I was like, okay, everything is completely new, completely different, like just felt like alien almost being here at first. You can relate, I think, you know.
I mean, sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so it was it was bad, but anyways, there was a lot to get used to and to adjust around anyway.
100%.
And then later on, like down the track, when I started working and stuff like that, and started basically trying to like spend money and buy stuff for myself,
Oh, yeah.
that's when I was like, why are things for women way more expensive than men? How is it possible? Like, why? Anyway, didn't look too much into it. And later on down the track, I heard about pink tax.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what is this? And I looked into it, did some research, and I was like,
Wow, you
this is
like
not okay.
invested yourself into this.
Yeah,
This is amazing.
because it really just sucks. Like, why do we have to pay additional amounts of things and men don't have to? We already like need to have a equality basis for us, right?
Definitely.
But we don't even get that with job wise and stuff. And
Yeah.
just shit like that.
Exactly.
And we on top of that have to pay for like products that we need as a necessity for us. For example, pads and tampons I'm talking about.
yeah.
Here. We need that. It's not like we can control why we bleed and when we bleed every month, right?
No.
We can't be like, oh, okay, let us just bleed. No, it happens to us naturally as women. Every single girl goes through it.
Definitely.
And we have to pay for shit. And it's on top of that, we have a tax on top of that to pay as well. So I think it's bullshit. Anyway, that's basically why I was like, this is just so wrong. And like, I'm, glad we're talking about this now because
Definitely.
something needs to be done about it.
I think just seeing how confident you are with it, I think it'll be a great business idea for you.
I mean,
You should
be.
definitely try and invest yourself into that because I feel like you will go big time.
I hope so, because like I think every woman would like agree on how stupid it is to have a thing called pink tax, because it's not an actual tax that the government has put out. It's literally companies making money off of products that they put out as pink things for women.
The fact that
it's crazy.
The name of it is pink tax.
That just
the
tells
pink
you, right?
itself, I'm like, wow.
Exactly.
It shows the inequality.
Exactly.
Because the fact that they're showing that pink is for females and only females is like, whoa.
It's insane. It's like I mentioned before, it's literally a cost for us being women.
It's so
a cost.
horrible. But how do you feel about pads and tampons though? Like, they're not horribly expensive, in my opinion. But then at the same time, I get why we have to pay for them. Because I know people are like, oh, we shouldn't be able to pay for them considering like, we didn't ask to have this. But I'm like, at the same time, it's like you saying you didn't ask to be blind, so then you need glasses. And then, but then,
see. Yeah.
so like, and also people who are making pads need to get paid. So I get why it's somewhat expensive, but not to the extent that it's $5 plus.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So each different, obviously depending on the brands and stuff as well, because there's such a big range of pads and tampons and menstrual cups, like everything out there. In general, female sanitary products, like so much out there. So overall, the price ranges obviously, but I feel like still it's quite a bit because each time as the years go through, it goes from like being $5 to $7 to $8 to $9, and then all of a sudden if there's a sale, there's like, okay, back to $7.
That is very true.
Right? Am I
Wow.
right or am I right?
You're really right. I didn't even think about that. But that's like with food in general. Like, because I said this in the last one, I work at an IGA. But like, sometimes, especially today, I bought Cadbury chocolate. That stuff is usually like $6 for that thing itself. But today it was $2.50.
Oh, okay.
Can you see the jump? And I was
Exactly.
literally talking to one of the customers like, I don't ever buy things if I know that they can go way less for what they're putting it out for originally.
Exactly.
Like, same with shapes. Literally, it's like $3.30 usually. That's the price for it.
Yeah.
But they would make it go so low to $1.60 sometimes. And I'm like, are you...
How? And then you don't want to obviously buy it when it's like that high.
Exactly.
you
So
know?
then I always just wait it out.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's going to go back to this price. And until then, I'll buy it.
But can we do the same for pads and tampons?
No,
No,
because it's
we
like
can't.
once in a lifetime they
No,
would
we
ever
can't
put
be.
them out, and it's just crazy.
Exactly, and that's why when it goes such a low sale or discounted price, we buy like a bulk of it at a time because we need that shit for the rest of our lives.
Exactly.
Like literally till we're about 50 to 60 years old, women have to go through period and going through just having a period and bleeding for the rest, till they're that age, and then menopause comes, blah blah blah,
And then
and so on.
You don't have to deal with it then.
Yeah, and then when it's bloody too late for you to even move. But that's just that. But so I just think it just sucks that we, as women and girls, we have to just pay for that, and just like in general, okay, fair enough if we still have to pay for it, but it doesn't have to be so expensive to the point where it's almost $10 each pack of pads. And like that is never like tell me a pad pack that you've seen that has 24 to 30 in there. Like, have you ever found like a pack so big where you can like toilet paper almost? Like, have you found something like that?
Oh, like those really big bulk ones. Wow, I've never thought about that.
Like, there's only 7 to 8 in there for 7 days. Like, is that even? That's not even enough. Like that can be. That's okay. That's one cycle, 1 month. But how many months do we need it for? Bloody 12 of the year.
I'm mind blown. It's like you need to buy, it's not Spice Shed, Costco. They have everything in bulk.
Yeah.
I think every girl needs to buy a whole box of pads in bulk.
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like we have to
invest in
right. That should be a thing. Like pads, like toilet paper almost.
I feel like they should also be not reusable, but like they should be.
Yeah, I'm like hell sus about reusable pads.
Yeah, but then at the same time, we use a lot of cotton, and I feel bad because I'm like, damn.
But we can't control it.
I know.
That's the thing.
I'm like, what do? Someone needs to figure out a way to make pads not reusable, but like more sustainable.
Like there are some brands that actually do that though. I don't know if you've at Murdoch when they used to give out just during during what is it a week and stuff like that, like different activities and the stalls on there, they used to have like this brand. I can't remember the name of it actually at this stage, but they had this brand where they have period undies. I don't know if you remember that.
They gave them out to me.
Do you remember?
Oh my god, my sister was in love with them. She was just
Really?
like, damn, this is like the stuff. And still now she buys them.
Okay.
So good.
See, I haven't tried that, but I have some with me. I should give it a go.
Definitely.
But I'm like a bit iffy when it comes to that, so I was like, oh, should I? But I feel like that's a great alternative. Like,
but there is a lot of cotton. I think there's a lot more cotton in that one than there is in the other one.
That's the thing. And with the other one, you throw it away and just keep like sort of getting a new one and stuff. But with this, you sort of wash it, but the time for that, the energy that us girls have to go through, especially during the time of the month, like when we are on our periods, like do we really want to sit there scrubbing the blood off of the thing?
No.
Nuh-uh.
That's disgusting.
Right? And it's just annoying, and you get back pain, you get leg pain, like all the pains in the world.
That's very true. And then on top of that, them putting everything more expensive than it needs to be. Why don't they do that with men though? Look, the thing is, if they're doing it with us, why are they doing it with us when we have to pay for more things than what men need to do?
Exactly.
So then if that's the case, that's not fair. So then shouldn't you be getting men to pay for more things than we should because we have to deal with more?
Exactly.
That's so stupid. How does that even work?
Right.
And also they're the ones that work all the time and all that trash. And if they work so much, they should afford more than we can.
Exactly.
Yet everything that we own and have to get is more expensive than what they need.
Exactly. That's literally what I'm talking about.
What is the logic in this?
That's why because the system is so fucked and like corrupt in general. Like, it's just so messed up. Yeah.
I didn't even think about it to this extent. Now I'm actually pissed.
Right?
I'm gonna literally go to work and be like, damn, I knew if this is a girl thing, it will be like 10 times more of the price than what it is. That's so dumb.
Just think about it. Like anything for men, like razors, like even condoms, for example, like just condoms even, let's just take, right?
Yeah.
Condoms, yes, you use it for sex. Like you can obviously choose to buy it and choose to use it. So it's like a choice almost that you use it and choose to. That's not sometimes as expensive as pads for us.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like packs of condoms, like yes, it is expensive.
They are expensive, but I think it might be like almost equal than pads.
But think about it. Condoms, like how long would you use that for? And then pads, a pack.
You're not lying.
Think about it.
Oh my god.
Just think about it. Like let's say 7 pads in a pack. Are you going to use like the 7 pads, 1 pad a day. No, you need more than 1 pad a day.
Yeah.
Like you need at least, you know, depending on the girl, depending on the flow, 3 to 4, let's just say, roughly.
Yeah.
Would you use that many condoms? Like, you know? So, like, how does that add up, right? So think about it. You need at least 2 to 3 packs of pads to be able to go through a cycle. So
especially with
that
like
sucks.
lockdowns as well, that's been happening lately. Like we would probably have to bulk buy like a lot of pads in order for us to know we're gonna be okay. Especially if you have so many females in the family.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be able to have? Because I hate it when I run out. But then at the same time, when you run out, you always look everywhere around the house and you'll find it like lying somewhere. So I'm like,
It's just me, but no.
that's literally it. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I ran out of pads, but then you know there's somewhere in the house.
In one of those bags, it'll be there.
It'll be somewhere.
Yeah.
But like the fact that like still.
Yeah, that's why like it's so important like that us as women, like we shouldn't have any more than what we already have. We have so much on our plates and so much to deal with in our lifetime as women and girls and women and just in general that we don't need a thing like pink tax. Is bullshit. Like it just shouldn't exist for us. Like why is it even there? Like
We're really fighting
you
for
know?
equality when the most obvious one of
It's
all
right
things-
under our noses.
and we're not
Literally.
doing anything about it.
It's right there, and like not many people are educated about it. Like they don't want to put it out there. Like they don't want like women to know about it and fight for it because it's something that's just not known about. Like a lot of people don't know about it. Like women and men.
I mean, I think I didn't know there was a name for it, but like even when I was in Headland,
Yeah.
I would be in Kmart and I'm like, why in the world is this so expensive? But then you go to the men's section, it's like so cheap.
So much cheaper.
So then I'm like, what in the world's going on? And I thought about it for a bit, but I never really dived into it because I was like, oh yeah, it's probably just like because, you know, females this, whatever.
Yeah.
I did think about it for a bit, but I'm like, I can't do much about it. But then the fact that I'm like really getting into it, I'm like, whoa, this is a lot worse than I thought it was.
yeah.
This is horrible.
And do you know, I had to look at some stats. Like women have to pay about $1,500 normally overall, like in general for a year, just on pink tax. So that's $1,500. Like overall, that's just in like some countries. Like
That's a whole
just
gym membership, man.
like literally how we already like there's so much shit that we need to get in our lives, right?
Oh my
like
God.
in general. Think about it. Like products for us, just think about it. Let's just look at it in like hygiene wise, right? Like
Yeah.
we need shampoo, conditioner, toner, face wash, you know, what is it? Like pore strips, freaking exfoliator scrubs, shit like that. What about men? They just have 3 freaking products if they need it, and you know, 3 to 5, let's just say, and that does really well for them. Like,
But at the same time, nowadays they are getting more lenient with skincare. Like men who
For
use,
sure.
I love it how like that you would never find a 3-for-1 shampoo or something like that for females. But for men, they're like, yeah, let's make it easy for them,
Yeah,
even though
let's
it's
give it-
horrible for them.
give it in a set. Like, let's just give them a shampoo, conditioner, face wash, and a toner
And all
together.
that. The fact that there's 5-in-1s,
Yeah.
I'm like, 5-in-1?
Yeah.
Are you dumb? Like
Exactly.
And the fact that they buy it, I'm sorry, I'm like,
Yeah. Like obviously, like it's great that men, like guys and men are like more into hygiene anyway, which is great.
Yeah.
But for them, like they don't need much to actually keep themselves, you know, hygienic and smelling good and just being
yeah.
like clean. Like cleanliness is, you know, for them it shouldn't be too much. You know?
Exactly.
For us, like how many products do we need to actually maintain, not just
Ourselves.
hold? Like
That
maintain
is so
our
horrible.
skin.
They literally know how much we have to spend and then continue to pay us or get us to pay more. Like,
And we're not even earning that much at work in comparison to men.
I know,
to
'cause
be able to buy this
our
shit.
tax bracket, not tax bracket, but like our income is so much less than what they get paid because they have more ability than we do. And I'm here like,
To this day, it's not equal.
it's still not equal. And like, I remember talking about it to a friend. You don't know him actually. You might, but like barely. And he was like to me, yeah, well then at the same time, like, would a girl go out to the mines and like do the things that they want? No, like they're not gonna do that. They don't have the strength. They don't have this. And I'm like, but at the same time, women can do it. They have been, but they
do have the strength. They're just not given the opportunity to go ahead and go pursue that.
They are trying though to fix it a little bit. Like you can tell BHB and like FMG and stuff like that. They're all mining companies, by the way, in Australia. And all of them are now mainly only
Employing.
focusing on hiring women.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I don't know if it's because it's probably better for them in the long run. I think The only thing I think is, I think the reason why they're doing all this is because they know they'll benefit so much from it. Because not only are they being inclusive, but they are also not having to pay that much compared to how they would with a man.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, like, they will probably have to deal with less I don't know, like, I'm not going to say injuries because I'm like, that's going to be really controversial to say. But like, you know, like, I feel like only things that BHB and FMG do just to benefit themselves the most. In general, it's always like that with companies. But I feel like they're not doing it just for it to be right. They're doing it because they benefit from it. And that's disgusting. So it's never going to be equal because everyone knows it's the right thing as well. It's going to be equal because everyone would benefit from it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's always like that with everything as well. And it's just so stupid.
It is. It really is. And that's the thing. Like, where you go from there is, like, up to just society, I feel like, and just educating people about it, and just trying to make it more public and publicize it more so that it can actually make a difference. But even what's funny is, like, with a thing like pink tax, there's no way to actually go about helping that sort of stuff and trying to end it, because, like, these are companies, not the government doing it.
Exactly.
So this is companies, like, not secretly, but they're sort of doing under our noses without even us realizing it. Like, pink, oh, it's pretty, it's girly this side,
beautiful.
Blue,
there.
you know, blue is guys, like this and that. So, like, pink, just because it's pink, it's pretty, and that has a tax on it. Like, just because the pink packaging is pink, like, shit like that. So we wouldn't even know, but we'd be like, oh, that's pretty, why don't I buy it? Like, stuff like that. So I feel like the way to sort of go about implementing this for future is, like, to be able to buy more gender neutral stuff and just stuff like that, like, not being biased just towards pink is for girls and blue is for boys. Like, no, it should be just whatever you feel like, whatever you're comfortable in, stuff like that, to just go for that.
Definitely. Like, I even think that as well, because, like, I think even James Charles did a video on him trying men's makeup, and he was like, first of all, can I just say, I hate the fact that there's even a thing called men's makeup. Like, why can't it just be makeup in general without having to have a female and a male side? Like, that's the most stupidest thing. And then and then, like, the way that they described it on the packaging and all that, they only specifically made it for men, for them not to feel so
feminine when they wear it.
And then the packaging, all black, all masculine, and they're like, oh, here you go, you would like it because it looks like masculine and no one would find out that you're wearing it. Oh my god. And then the fact that you would compare it to, like, a normal, like, I get it at the same time, like, it's not like you're gonna go around with Jeffree Star's concealer and how it looks like it's got the tiara on the top and everything, because, like, then, okay, I get it, you would get judgment for it because that's just how society is. But, like, there are still concealers out that you can use that does not look very feminine. And then the fact that companies are now like making products for men, only for men, because they know that they would profit from it, but then at the same time it's different from females. It's just
trying to make a difference between that.
I know.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a difference. If you want to wear makeup, wear makeup. But I don't think you need to search. And I think maybe it's a bit more expensive than female makeup. I don't really know. But the fact that you have to search online men's makeup instead of just makeup in general, I'm like, really? They all do the same thing.
That's why.
Why does it matter?
That's why that concept should be applied to everything. For us, like razors, bloody shampoos. Like, okay, shampoos fair enough, depending on hair types. I get it. Deodorants, right? Razors, deodorants, soap, hand wash, like face wash, stuff like that. Shoes, clothes. Like, what
shoes and clothes are so much better,
right?
like, different. Oh my
god.
God.
Like, gender neutral. If things were more gender neutral and just equal, or if equality was implemented into these sort of things, we would literally be in such a better place right now.
Exactly.
And overall, there wouldn't be there would still be pink tax, I guess.
I know.
Can't change it, but at least it would be not as much, and we wouldn't be paying so much for that sort of stuff and encouraging it more.
But I know that in both ways, all those companies would never say yes to getting themselves less profit. So
exactly. In the end, looking at it overall, though, on, like, business mindset, stuff like that, I get it. What they're trying to do is, like, make money off of anything and everything. Fair enough, but still, it's like our lives that we have to sort of, you know, go ahead, and that's what they're sort of playing around, like, the lives, and just overall, like, trying to make a thing out of nothing, basically. It shouldn't even be a thing, honestly. But next thing, it will be food. It'll be like men food.
Oh my
food for
God.
men, food for
Imagine if
females.
that's actually a thing.
Imagine.
They'll be like, oh, steak. They'll be like, men's steak. This is only for men to eat. And then imagine if a female just had it and then everyone would be like, but you're not. Like that actually
Imagine
happens.
decorated so prettily. It'll be like with flowers and like, different veggies just for females.
Oh
Like,
my God.
how stupid would that be? Like,
That would be
imagine
the
if
most
it
horrible
happens.
thing. If that ever became a thing, I know the amount of backlash.
Y'all heard it here first. if that ever became a thing, I don't even know if it's a thing. wonder
I
if
won't
it
be
is a thing.
surprised if honestly it is because this world is just messed up at this
Yeah.
point. It's actually horrific.
It's bad.
It really is. That kind of makes me sad knowing that I'm a girl and I have to deal with all that. Like, we
Right?
already had to pay for pads and tampons as it is. let
As it
alone-
is, yeah.
But I know that there's going to be some men out there being like, oh, but we have to buy condoms. Like, and that's only like once every how long? You know?
Exactly.
And then like,
And
the
not
difference
everyone
between
needs-
condoms and also the contraceptives.
Oh, let's not even get into contraceptive. No.
The
let's.
fact that they can be $80 worth for only 3 months. I'm like, you are joking.
Not even that. Like, think about it. Oh, the plan B for us. Like, for example, right? Take that for example. How much does that bloody pill cost? It's one single tiny
I
ass
thought
pill.
it was $50 or more, but then my friend went to the pharmacy one time and she was like, I thought it was going to be $50, but it was only like 30. And I'm like, that's still a lot, but it's a lot less than what I thought. I was like, okay.
It's still a lot though for like a single
A
pill.
single pill.
It's literally, if you don't know what Plan B is, it's literally one pill. It's literally a single pill in a massive packaging thing that comes like that. It's just one single pill.
It's
And
just
over
to
take,
like extra make sure that you just 100% don't get pregnant
Yeah,
after you've
so
done
that's-
the nasty with each other.
that's
nasty.
Yeah. But it's literally just to sort of like to make sure it's like extra safe. So if you even if you wear condoms or not, just to make sure like if something were to go wrong in the night or whatever, just the next day, just so you're completely 100% sure that nothing will happen, like you won't get pregnant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why the Plan B is. But it's really expensive even for just a single pill for girls. Like, and majority of the time, the guys, yes, it's great if the guy buys it, which is it's really genuine and caring if the guy does it. But a lot of the times, girls go and get it themselves.
I know,
because they,
and also
you know.
when they do go there, they get judged so
Oh,
hard.
the judgment.
The judgment,
judgment.
unbelievable. Like when my friend told me about, like she's the first person I've ever met actually like did it herself, and she's just like, I kid you not, I went in there and it was an old lady on the counter, and I was like, hi, can I have a Plan B? And then the judgment that she gave her, I looked at her up and down, everything,
The
and was just like,
eyes.
why? I think she even asked her like, why do you need it? And she was just like, because I did something last night and I don't think I'm safe. I don't want to get pregnant. Can you give it to me? And then she was just like, okay. And then like gave her the biggest attitude. And I'm like, whoa.
They shouldn't even question that shit.
No.
It's so like super. What is it? Just disrespectful. Not disrespectful, but just not considerate. You know.
No, I'm like,
So
it's not your
inconsiderate.
business. You're an old lady. Shut up. Like, my God. When she told me that, I was like, I'm so sorry. And I've even seen this like TikTok from one of the chicks in Sydney, Melbourne, around there. She's very well known. And oh my God, she told me the same thing. She put it on her TikTok as well, like, oh, the amount of judgment. I'm walking out of this chemist after I just got the Plan B. Unbelievable. But like at the same time, who cares? And then
If you know, you know the judgment. Like if
it's horrible.
been there,
I've
done
never
that,
experienced it, but like I just hearing it, I just don't ever want to encounter it.
It's
in
crazy.
general.
Like they
Like-
make you like sign a form and shit like that too. And
Yeah.
sometimes a lot of the time, if there are men obviously that serve you as well, so that they're not too bad.
Because
but
men are not judgmental.
it's not too
much.
bad. Like men like sort of understand almost, which is completely ironic. But women, on the other hand, like a lot of ladies that do work behind the counter of the pharmacy, like when you ask them, the looks that they give is like insane. Like it's like you're going for it. Like and it's like they look at you up and down like you're such a slut that has done like this and that.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You're like. It's just like a one-time thing. Like, bitch, please give that pill to me. Like, don't even question
Do you want me to
it.
be pregnant? Do you want me to come back here in a couple
Exactly,
months?
like
And
what
then have
would you do, boo boo? Like, don't even pretend like you done nothing. Like,
I know,
don't
I know.
even.
Because like imagine it being their daughters. Like, do you want them just suffering because like
exactly.
you know?
And so yeah, that's annoying. But that's pretty expensive too. That pill.
The pill in
Plan B.
general, the
Yeah. Contraceptive pill though,
it's
and
so horrible
and
for you.
contraceptive methods for women are so much more like there are more out there for women,
Yeah.
and it's so expensive too in general. Like it's so much, and to go on it, you can't just do it once. You have to go like sort of maybe a course, you know,
Yeah.
course of 3 to 6 months if it were to be effective and whatnot. Like there's so many different types too out there, like so many. So many.
And I know that the most popular one is the jasmine one, and the fact that that's $80, I'm like,
And another one would be Levlin. Levlin is another one,
I
which is a
only ever
pill.
heard about jasmine because my friends even like ask like, oh, has anyone been on the jasmine pill? And then I look at the freaking receipt and it says $80. I'm like, $80 for 3 months. I'll die. That's my bank
Yeah.
account gone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We have to deal with
There's,
so much.
rods and IUD and stuff like that. And think about it, like for us to actually go through and have the contraceptive, we have to corrupt ourselves for it.
Oh yeah.
Like our hormones fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Everything goes imbalance.
You're
Mood
literally-
swings, hormones, freaking like extra hair growth, like what is it? Hair loss sometimes, weight fluctuations.
Oh yes.
Excuse me, what?
No.
No, thank you. I didn't just sign up for that shit. Like, goodbye.
No one wants to gain weight. It's like the
Yeah.
worst thing for a girl to have when she's on the pill, because she's gonna make herself feel horrible, yet alone with the hormones messing up and
Messing up
everything.
everything.
It's just gonna be a whole fiesta.
It's a whole
and
freaking mess.
No one wants that. No one
Literally.
wants
and
that.
you already feel like, you know, disgusting when you're on your period anyway. Like not every girl does or would feel that way, but we have like there are pains that almost every girl goes through, like cramps, the back pains, the leg pains, just overall your body just aching and feeling like shit and bloated, just all that stuff comes into it, and with that messing up with the hormones. So like again, we can't win. Like we literally can't win.
Exactly.
Anything we do, it comes with a cost, or it comes with us having to, you know, suffer through change ourselves for it, or some shit like that. So it's just like we can just never win. Females just, I don't even know how society got to this point.
I don't know, honestly, that's so bad.
It's sad.
You know what? Just don't become female. If you had the choice
Just
to.
change your gender.
I know. Men
But-
would be like, oh my god, we have it so hard. I'm like, you really want to bet? Like, I can name 23.
And like, think about it, right? Like, if we want to even go the other way without using these things, and periods we can't really change about, like obviously we can't, like, right, everyone has to go through that, but contraceptives, if we weren't doing that, if we didn't want to do that, we'd get pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Pregnancy, what about that? What are the costs that comes with that? It literally, we have to carry a baby for 9 months and push it out of us. Like, that freaking damages our entire freaking body from the
my-
inside out.
Definitely. Mate,
Watermelon-sized head out of a vagina. Like, think about it. A tiny hole this small to this.
I know. I literally die. Some people on TikTok will be like, please tell me how, like, children, like, what your experience was during pregnancy. They'll be like, sis, you think that giving birth to the child is bad? You have to now birth the placenta. And on top, like, and the stitching and this, that. I'm like, and then the fact that you have spray bottles to clean up there when you, like, finish peeing, the amount of pain you'll be afterwards for just peeing. I'm like, you know what? I don't want children.
It's insane, right?
fine.
So, like, which side? Like, we can go that way or this way.
Definitely.
And then, or there's, like, literally abstinence, which is, like, not doing anything with anyone. And, I mean, who wants to do that? But, like, still, like, if you do that, good on you, boo-boo. But still, like, the other side is just pregnancy and having to deal with all that shit. And even still, we're the ones that have to, our bodies are the ones who are, that are literally getting corrupted at the end of it, like fully damaged, and, you know, just tears and stitches and operations and just so much more complexities through that. But what about the men? What do they have to deal with? Literally nothing. They just have to freaking
for some things, and then they're like, yeah, that's good enough work.
yeah, that's it. What do they, body wise, what do they change in their bodies, right?
That is
What
so
happens
not
to
fair.
them?
I'm actually mad to be female now.
Right?
Just shove me back in my mum's vag. Like, I've
Should you
had
hate that?
I just had enough.
I believe
Like, I'm done. Like, I love that.
Like, think about it. Like, men don't, like, they end up, like, they get the satisfaction of getting pleasure,
Yes.
no pain, pleasure again, pleasure for the rest of their lives.
Saying the same
Pleasure,
throughout
pleasure,
their whole lives, and then us changing just because we have to produce another child. Like, what?
Like, what?
Why do we have to suffer with everything? That's
10,
not fair.
10 minutes of pleasure for them and I guess us, 9 months of pain for us and still pleasure for them, I guess, you know. So that's just how freaking society that's there it. Just comes to conclusion where it's like, look, that's literally where society has laid down the bloody foundation for men and women, and that just shows like women have to just suffer all throughout their lives anyways, whereas men not so much.
Just I'm like, so easy.
How unfair is life?
True.
Like, it's so freaking unfair. Like, men they shouldn't even say they shouldn't even say life is unfair. They shouldn't, because it's not fucking unfair. Then honestly,
they work hard, and I get that, and we also work as well. But, like, maybe not to that extent. But then at the end of the day, we do have to suffer a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, I know that some guys are like, oh, but I'm an apprentice. I have to do this. I could hurt myself at work. It's so bad. But I'm like, at the same time, we're paying more for stuff that you don't need.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we're going to hurt ourselves in the future just to make sure we have a family together.
Exactly.
I'm going to have my whole body mess up because we wanted a child.
Exactly.
Not me, but us.
Yeah.
You're included. Like,
yeah, you're included. You're part of this.
You made this happen.
Yeah, literally. You made that happen.
You made it happen. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh.
I mean, obviously not degrading men here, not trying to, do that.
No.
This is literally like me just being like so passionate about the fact that we just have it so unfair. Like for women in general, like how it got to this stage where life is just so unfair for us. It's insane, like how it felt. Like it's not me and Pascal just complaining about this and that. It's literally just like establishing and like showing that, proving like this is the reason we say that shit's unfair for us, and how women, like what we have to sort of deal with and go through our lives with it, men not even realizing it. Like you guys probably don't even know the amount of money that underneath everything, like that goes through and that goes down, that we even pay for. Not even a lot of women do understand about the pink tax thing. So
crazy.
It's crazy.
Well,
yeah,
we've educated you now.
So now you guys know. So
I know that majority of the men that usually do watch my thing, they're gonna be like, I don't want to watch anymore. Like I have a feeling they're gonna be like, you guys ranted too long about being female,
right?
So then I lost interest, and I'm like, okay.
Well, if you made it this far, we thank you.
Yes, we
okay,
really
because
do.
I think it's really, really important, and I feel like it's definitely a topic that it should be important for everyone, not just if you're female. It should be important for men, women, like anyone on the spectrum, like anybody. It should be just important for humans and people in general, that just
we need to be more cautious and aware about it.
Yeah, just more cautious and aware, and just to make a difference, like for everybody. Because if women, like if we at least have it like a bit easier without the pink tax involved and shit like that, we'd actually be able to be more free and more open-minded and just help out more, and help out with opportunities and have more opportunities as well, like on top of that. And rather than just being secluded into a category where women this and that,
Definitely.
So I feel like that's
straight
quite
facts.
important.
Listen to this woman here, future entrepreneur. Yes,
you got it.
God. Okay, well, we're gonna wrap it up because it's been, I think, 38 minutes now. So
talk for a little bit.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Dude, that was really good. You
really
spoke so much about it, and I love it. Like, okay, sis, educate yourself. But, yeah, Natalie Yapa for you guys. Please follow her on all her socials. I'll probably put it somewhere here or in the bio.
Wherever that is.
Literally. Definitely worth it. She's like an Instagram queen, I swear.
Stop
Her photos, chef's kiss. Anyway.
Aw, thank you.
So yeah, thank you for listening. And I don't actually know who the next person's coming onto this podcast. I have to figure that out.
Okay.
But
whoever it is, educate us, boo boo. You got it.
100%.
And
yeah.
Well, thank you for having me again.
No worries.
It's been a pleasure.
I
and I hope I didn't bore you guys to death.
No, I thought it was so interesting. I feel like all the reactions that I've given are going to be the clickbait for this video. Honestly,
right?
I'm going to be
it's
like...
your actual reactions, because
it literally
we literally
is.
didn't like discuss, like
No.
we all we talked about was just about how we're going to discuss about pink tax. But,
Yeah, we never spoke about exactly what we were going to talk about.
Expanded on it. When you
And
expand, so this is all her like
mind
actual
blown,
reactions. And,
honestly.
you know, hearing and being like, that's the actual expressions that I'm sure like so many of you would hopefully have as well.
Oh
Like,
my
you know, if you
God.
didn't already know about it.
I feel like so many people are going to search everything up now and be like, holy crap, like this girl is
Definitely
right.
look it up though.
Like,
definitely.
unbelievable.
Because it's a thing and it's crazy.
my
It should
God.
be a thing.
It really
But
shouldn't.
I hope that, I hope that everyone, whoever listens to this or watches this, like, you know, helps out in a bit of that and just, you know, helps make a difference, I guess, in that way. As much as we can, guys.
Damn
you
right.
know?
Facts. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please
Thanks for
subscribe as
watching.
well.
And like this video.
Yes.
And subscribe.
I swear, I'm
drop a
actually not
comment.
going to say anything about the dislikes, but please like.
I seen that as well.
Please like.
Y'all naughty.
Oh, yeah. But please like and subscribe.
Like and
I would
subscribe and
love-
share as well, okay?
Damn right.
Gotta like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Just tell. She's just too good. Too good. Okay. See you guys later.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Guys.